Deep in the heart of a dense rainforest, where the rivers move like silent serpents and every shadow hides a story of survival, an intense and unforgettable encounter unfolded, one that challenged the very balance of power in the wild. The sun had barely risen, casting a golden glow across the water's surface, when a lone jaguar emerged from the thick vegetation. Silent, powerful, and calculating, it moved with the confidence of a top predator. In this territory, it feared nothing. Or at least, it thought so. The jaguar had been tracking movement along the riverbank for some time. Its sharp eyes caught sight of a group of giant otters gliding through the water. These were no ordinary creatures. Giant otters, known for their strong family bonds and fierce territorial nature, lived and moved as a coordinated unit. They played together, hunted together, and most importantly, defended each other without hesitation. But the jaguar saw opportunity, not danger. Crouching low, its muscular body blended perfectly with the surroundings. It waited patiently, observing the otters as they moved closer to the shallow bank. The water rippled gently as the otters communicated with soft chirps and whistles, completely unaware of the looming threat hidden just meters away. Then, in a split second, everything changed. The jaguar launched itself forward with explosive force, aiming to catch one of the otters off guard. Its powerful jaws opened wide, ready to deliver a fatal bite. But what it didn't anticipate was the immediate and fearless response of the entire otter group. Within moments, the peaceful river turned into a battlefield. Instead of fleeing in panic, the giant otters reacted with astonishing unity. They circled around the jaguar, creating chaos and confusion. Their sharp teeth flashed as they lunged forward one by one, targeting the predator from multiple angles. High-pitched screams echoed through the forest as they coordinated their counterattack. The jaguar, initially confident, found itself overwhelmed. One particularly bold otter surged forward and clamped its jaws onto the jaguar's head. The bite was fierce and precise. The jaguar roared in pain, thrashing violently as it tried to shake off the attacker. But the otter held on with incredible determination, refusing to let go. Meanwhile, the rest of the group intensified their assault. They bit at the jaguar's limbs, its tail, and even its underbelly, areas that were vulnerable despite the animal's strength. The coordinated attack disrupted the jaguar's balance and focus. Each second that passed weakened its position, turning the hunter into the hunted. The river splashed wildly as the struggle continued. The jaguar attempted to retreat, but the otters pursued it relentlessly. Their goal was clear: protect their family at all costs. Another otter darted forward, delivering a sharp bite near the jaguar's ear, causing it to recoil in agony. Blood mixed with water as the predator struggled to regain control. For the first time, fear appeared in the jaguar's eyes. It realized that this was not a fight it could win easily. With a desperate leap, the jaguar tried to escape toward the dense forest. But even as it moved away, the otters followed, ensuring that it would not return anytime soon. Their loud calls filled the air, a warning to any predator that dared to challenge them again. Finally, wounded and exhausted, the jaguar disappeared into the shadows. The forest grew quiet once more. The giant otters, though shaken, regrouped near the riverbank. They checked on each other, their bond stronger than ever. Not a single member was left behind. Their victory was not just about survival, it was a powerful demonstration of unity, courage, and intelligence. This incredible encounter reveals a deeper truth about the wild. While jaguars are known as apex predators, even they are not invincible. Strength alone does not guarantee dominance. In the case of the giant otters, teamwork proved to be a far greater force. Their ability to communicate, coordinate, and act without hesitation turned the tide of battle in their favor. In many ways, the story reflects the essence of survival in nature. Every creature, no matter how small or large, has its own strengths. The jaguar relies on stealth and power, striking quickly to overpower its prey. But the giant otters rely on cooperation and strategy. When these strengths collide, the outcome is never certain. This particular moment serves as a rare glimpse into the unpredictable dynamics of the animal kingdom. It challenges the common perception that predators always dominate their prey. Instead, it highlights how intelligence, unity, and bravery can overcome even the most formidable threats. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the river returned to its calm state. The giant otters resumed their activities, swimming gracefully through the water as if nothing had happened. But the memory of the encounter lingered, a reminder of the dangers that exist and the resilience required to survive. Somewhere deep in the forest, the injured jaguar rested. Its wounds would heal with time, but the lesson would not be forgotten. The next time it approached the river, it would be more cautious, more aware of the risks that came with targeting a united group. In the wild, every decision carries consequences. For the jaguar, this was a painful reminder that even the strongest hunters must choose their battles wisely. For the giant otters, it was a reaffirmation of their strength as a family. The story of this intense confrontation spreads like a whisper through the forest, a tale of courage, strategy, and survival. And as the river continues to flow, it carries with it countless untold stories, each one a testament to the raw and untamed beauty of nature. In this world, there are no guarantees. Only those who adapt, cooperate, and stand their ground can endure the challenges that come their way. And on that unforgettable morning, it was the giant otters who proved that even against a powerful jaguar, unity can turn the tide and secure victory in the face of danger. The forest did not forget what had happened that morning. Even as the river returned to its calm, glassy surface, an invisible tension lingered in the air. Birds that once sang freely now paused between their calls, as if listening for any sign of danger. The jungle had witnessed a rare event, one where the balance of power had shifted, even if only for a moment. Days passed, and the giant otter family remained more alert than ever. They no longer swam carelessly in open waters. Every movement was calculated, every sound analyzed. Their playful chirps were now mixed with sharper warning calls, echoing across the riverbanks. The younger otters, once carefree and curious, stayed closer to the adults, sensing the seriousness in their behavior. The leader of the group, a larger, experienced otter with battle scars along its back, took charge of patrol duties. It frequently surfaced, scanning the dense tree lines, watching for any movement that didn't belong. It knew one thing for certain: predators rarely forget, and neither do they forgive. Meanwhile, deep within the forest, the jaguar was recovering. Hidden beneath thick foliage, far from the river, it lay still. Its once sleek coat was marked with dried blood and fresh wounds. The bite to its head had been especially severe. Each movement caused pain, a sharp reminder of the fight it had lost. For a creature that relied on strength and precision, this injury was more than physical, it was a blow to its confidence. But jaguars are not survivors by chance. They are patient, calculated, and above all, adaptable. For several days, the jaguar avoided large prey. It hunted smaller animals, rodents, birds, anything that required less effort and posed minimal risk. Each successful hunt slowly rebuilt its strength. Its body began to heal, though the scars would remain as permanent reminders of that encounter. Yet, something had changed within the predator. It no longer moved with blind confidence. There was caution now, a deeper awareness of its surroundings. The memory of snapping jaws and coordinated attacks lingered in its mind. The river, once an easy hunting ground, had become a place of hesitation. But hunger has a way of pushing boundaries. As weeks passed, the jaguar's strength returned. Its muscles regained their power, its movements became smoother, quieter. And with that, its instincts began to resurface. The urge to dominate, to reclaim its territory, grew stronger with each passing day. One evening, as the sky turned shades of orange and purple, the jaguar found itself once again near the river. It moved slowly, carefully, keeping to the shadows. Its eyes scanned the water, searching for any sign of movement. The sounds of the forest surrounded it, the rustling leaves, the distant calls of birds, the gentle flow of water. And then, it heard them. The unmistakable chirps of giant otters. The jaguar froze, its body tensed, every muscle ready to react. But this time, it did not rush forward. It observed, it studied. The group was there again, swimming together, just as before. But something was different. They were closer to the deeper part of the river, further from the bank. Smarter, more cautious. The jaguar crouched low, considering its options. It knew a direct attack would be dangerous. The memory of the previous encounter was still fresh. But predators do not survive by giving up. They learn, they adapt, they wait for the perfect moment. And so, the jaguar chose patience. For hours, it remained hidden, watching the otters. It noticed their patterns, the way they rotated positions, the way one always stayed slightly ahead as a lookout. It saw how quickly they responded to even the slightest disturbance in the water. This was no ordinary group. This was a unit. Night began to fall, and the forest grew darker. The moonlight reflected off the river, creating a silver glow. One by one, the otters moved toward the bank, preparing to rest. This was the moment when they were most vulnerable. The jaguar's instincts ignited. Slowly, Silently, it began to move. Each step was deliberate, its paws making no sound against the forest floor. Its eyes were locked onto a smaller otter at the edge of the group. This one seemed slightly separated, distracted. An opportunity. The jaguar lowered its body, preparing to strike. But just as it shifted its weight, a sharp call pierced the air. The lookout had seen it. In an instant, the entire group reacted. The calm night exploded into chaos as the otters rushed into defensive formation. Their calls grew louder, more aggressive, echoing through the trees. The jaguar hesitated. This was not how it planned. Before it could retreat, the otters charged. Once again, the hunter became the target. They surrounded it with incredible speed, cutting off its escape routes. Their movements were even more coordinated than before, as if they had learned from the previous battle. One otter lunged toward the jaguar's side, forcing it to turn, while another aimed for its hind leg. The jaguar roared, swiping with its powerful claws. This time, it was more prepared. It managed to strike one of the otters, sending it splashing into the water. But the group did not back down. If anything, the attack intensified. Their determination was unbreakable. Then came the moment that changed everything. The same bold otter, the one that had bitten the jaguar's head before, launched forward again. With perfect timing, it clamped its jaws onto the jaguar's neck area. Not deep enough to kill,